afternoon, all you natural health enthusiasts out there. Welcome to another program of Health First Guyana, where we will be talking about having a paradigm shift in how you look at your health. So this afternoon program is going to give you some tips and also some tools that are available for you to make a good decision in terms of how you attain good health. And remember, your health is your responsibility. And we can only give information. You have to take it on board, and you have to want to reclaim your inner terrain, because the battle is on, and that battle is more concerned good health for people. As much as it may sound well, you still have to get involved in the process and to realize that the little decisions that you make, so I hope this program is informative. I hope it gives you some useful tips. But I'm going to first start by saying that there's a useful tool that is being used and being used for centuries, but now it's becoming even more important, because it helps you to take a closer look at your body pH level. And why that is important, because of the standard American diet that most of us embrace, have caused us to be overly acidic, meaning that most of us are what you call suffering from acidosis, which is just your body's pH is more acidic than alkaline. And there's a very delicate balance that is going on inside of your body fluids. You're really supposed to be 7.365 pH, is more alkaline than acidic. But because of the standard American diet and all our foods are over-processed and denatured, we find that people's pH balances is more acidic than alkaline. And this sets up a whole new picture of how our body now functions. Now there's something that is known as homeostasis, which is really the regulation of the composition of the internal environment. A long, lengthy story here. But what it really means is that your body naturally seeks its correct balance. That could have been an established fact that could have been helpful now, but here's the problem. Because of our standard American diet and our over-processed foods that we are, and the denatured foods that we have been eating, and the different beverages that we have been drinking for so long now, the issue is that the body just cannot keep up with the levels of acidification that comes from the food that we are ingesting. And because it has become such a fad now, like fast foods, everything is we have a microwave mentality. I want my food quickly. I want it done in zero time. I want it tasty. I don't care what it has inside. So we totally miss the picture, and of course the food industry will do a job to make sure that it pleases its customers and have you come back. So if you take a closer look at what these foods have inside, the food additives that makes it addictive, the high sugar content that also makes it highly addictive, you'll be amazed how addictive these substances that we find in our foods today can be. So we have a great challenge now of overcoming those addictions. So we get hooked on these foods and we keep on going after these foods, and we start a cycle now, a destructive cycle that causes our body to become overwhelmed. And therefore homeostasis now becomes not effective, and you are required now to actually take responsibility to deacidify your body and to make sure that your bowels and intestines are removing those undigested foods in a timely way. So it's a big challenge, folks. So we have to get back to basics. So basic means that we have to get back in touch with nature and find out what is it we can do and what we have control over, that we can make a fight back and reclaim our. Because, you know, as you get sick and sicker, you don't want to get to a place where you are dependent on medication to live. And that's not quality life. We just don't want to live. We want to have quality life. And quality life means that our body is functioning normally as it's supposed to, and that our body is properly nourished. Not so you might be wondering, you know, what does this guy know about nutrition? What do I know about the techniques used by nutritionists, natural health practitioners today to help to have a good idea as to what is going on with the balance within your body, your inner terrain, so you attain optimal health. Nutritionist and also a certified microscopist, and this here allows me to analyze the blood through the dark field and microscope, which is a very high-tech piece of instrument that allows me to examine your blood and magnifies it 100 times so that I can look at those tiny little intelligent beings called your blood cells, and also known as microzymas. Microzymas really means that your blood cells are tiny intelligent beings that has the intelligence to repair itself so that you can reclaim your inner terrain, a place of good health, once you do the reprogramming. And so how do you reprogram your blood cells, those tiny microzymas, 70,000 cells you have in your body, blood cells. Then you have lymphocytes, you have white blood cells that help your immune system. So we have to give them the food and right nourishment so that they could work for us, because your first line of defense is your immune system. Drugs do not cure you. Drugs assist your body to get to a place where your immune system kicks in and takes over and do the healing. So it goes to without saying that it is important for you to make sure that your immune system is functioning to the optimum, and that your body is more alkaline and acidic, that you're cleaning those blood cells, that you're taking foods that are more alkaline in nature, that you're taking foods that are fresh, and that you're not overcooking them and putting all sorts of additives or just buying foods because you want to please your taste buds. So it's an entire reprogramming of the taste buds. And once we get past those addictions, then we can start taking control now of our health. It's all in a mental thing. We get to a mental place where addiction is the hardest thing to get over. And some of you are well-intentioned. You want to feel better. You start to remove certain things from your diet. You come off of those sodas that are high sugar and full of phosphoric acids. That when you take them, what do? They destroy your kidneys, because your kidneys are working overtime to remove these acids from the foods and beverages and high sugar foods that you're taking, that they become overwhelmed. And there's so many people on what you call doing renal, we call it renal function test, going through dialysis. They're overwhelmed. Why? Brothers and sisters, listen to me carefully. You have the power to retake and claim your inner terrain, but it's going to require some changes. You have to renew your mind. You have to take a closer look at what is going on around you. Why is our healthcare system budget so high and so overwhelming, because the more people are becoming ill every day. And we are supposed to be smart because we have information at our reach faster than folks before. But one thing the folks before knew is that whatever they plan, they're going to eat. And we didn't have an influx of all these mega companies trying to make big money on foods. And because we are living a fast-paced life and we can't slow down because we have to work for the money to pay for all the things that we love so much, that we pay a very, very big price. And that price, ultimate price we pay, is our health. Wow. If your health is your wealth, if you're looking out there, if your health is your first wealth, you have to make sure that you are investing in that. What are you prepared to do to reclaim your terrain? Are you prepared to start saying no to certain things? You got to give up the sodas, the high sugar beverages, the foods that are over processed, that are cooked in the wrong oils that are really classified as food lubricants. They're not far from engine lubricants. They are very high in omega-6, which makes it very hard to digest. They clog your arteries, and you end up becoming hypertensive, cholesterol out of control, your body's out of whack, you're overweight because your body is so acidic. What your body does is dump the acids in your fat cells. So your body is now instructed to produce more fat cells so that you can take off the acidity from the organs of your body. So why am I not losing weight? I go on all these fat diets. They're fooling. They're lying to you. Because the fat diets don't work. You do it for a few days and then you give it up. Because why? The biggest problem is your addiction to the foods that you're giving up. You can't pass the fast foods. You can't pass the Kentucky. You can't pass the Burger King. You just have to stop and go in and get some. And the cycle starts back again. So it's also spiritual, it's mental, and it's physical. So it is a challenge. But here I have to say to you today, when you come and you get on to me, I'm going to expose you to something called a live dry blood analysis. And this is a very powerful tool because I'm going to give you a chance when I do that analysis to see what your blood looks like, what those cells look like, what your pH looks like, what your liver and kidney function looks like, basically what your internal environment is looking like. You're going to get to see if you have an overgrowth of yeast because of your body being acidic, because you're eating all those foods that are full of yeast, that are processed flours, that cause a buildup of yeast candida in your body. And it causes women to have a hormone imbalance, fibroids. Some people, thyroids are out of balance, but it's so subtle that if you don't pick it up early and nourish the thyroid back with iodine and foods that are rich in iodine, you end up getting severe thyroid problems down the road, and you have to manage it with drugs and surgery. Folks, we invest in prevention. I was always told that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. You're always ahead of the game if you play the prevention game. So brothers and sisters, when I do that analysis for you, get to see for yourself. I'm not just telling you what is happening, but I'm showing you what is going on inside of your body, what is going on with your organs, why you have fatty livers. Because your diet and the abuse of alcohol. Many people are walking around with fatty livers, extended tummies. Major problems with issues with weight loss. Young people are so severely affected with obesity. And obesity causes so many other problems, hormonal problems. Oh my, it's just overwhelming. But the good news is that when you do that blood analysis, live blood analysis, you can start a process of deacidifying your body using natural herbs, where you can just alkalize your body, superhydrate your body, start to remove that acidity and allows your cells now to start to bathe themselves in nice alkaline fluids where oxygen is flowing, where they're absorbing nutrients because they're not clogged up with acidity, they're not clogged up with mucus and inflammation. And the alkalinity allows your cells to breathe and to excrete the toxins and nourish back themselves to good health. You have a new liver every 30 days. Do you know that? Yeah. Your body has some magnificent qualities. So brothers and sisters, when you get a chance to clean the intestines, okay, get all of that stuff that is not fiber. And because they lack fiber, you're not getting to eliminate those substances from your small and your large intestines. They're stuck inside there. They start to cake the walls of your intestine. You start to suffer from colitis and diverticulitis. Whew. Colon cancer is on the rise. Now, how is this guy calling all these, talking about all this? It's been 2 decades that I've been looking at people, their natural health, and helping a lot of them back to good health. Some of them, I even forget them until they come back 2 years, 10 years after, 15 years after, and say, Mr. Hutson, like when you did that analysis, and you just get me on a course back of natural health, 15 years, where do you go and get looked after 15, 20 years, come back and say, I have an issue. Thank God. It's not me. It's thank God. Thank God that He's given me a talent that I can use for the good of humanity. But here's what is important is that you get back to a place of high energy, because high energy is always an indication of good health. Okay? We want to get you back to a place of optimum weight, where your body finds its natural weight for your height, and your BMI is off. Your BMI is not over 25 or going to the 30 and 40 where you're obese. So we want to get you back to under 25 with your BMI. Okay? Rejuvenation is beginning to take place in your body. That your organs is starting to rejuvenate because the environment is now alkaline. The food you're giving it now is alkaline and mostly natural. Wow. And that your vitamins and nutrients, those macronutrients, and you start to live a balanced life where you're not stressed out, where you're enjoying what you're doing. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, trust me, it's not worth it. You need to get back to basics and get your body back to a healthy diet becomes easier when you've found that place inside where you're now balanced. You're not going to want to go back and spoil it. So this morning with my as much as he's a pharmacist, he also embraces natural health protocols. He's out of India, and of course, India's got a long tradition of Ayurvedic medicine and treatments. Okay, so we come to you with lots and lots of years of information and knowledge and experience as to ways in which you can take control back of your health. Don't feel overwhelmed. Just check us out. I'm at 39 3rd Street, Alberton. And you can always find me. My information will be on this podcast. And I want to thank you again for looking. Remember, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Okay? So let's start the journey. Great. Fantastic. Hit it fast and boom.